So yeah, in the previous class, I have started the third chapter, that is image segmentation. So just a brief thing. So this is about image segmentation. So the process of dividing this entire image into multiple segments with respect to particular application is called segmentation. So yeah, so it is like we are having this image, and from this image we are segmenting to the particular object, that is called segmentation. So we have seen this segmentation may be like this. We are each one we are dividing into, so we are partitioning this particular into separate objects. So that is also comes under this image segmentation, and this image segmentation is mostly we will use in the medical applications. Like this is one of the application of image segmentation, where I want to find out the fracture, and this is in the X-ray image, and this is a brain a CT image in which I just want to find out the tumor is there or not, and this is in the biometric application where I want to find out the iris. So these are the some of the applications of this image segmentation, and we have discussed about these segmentation algorithms are divided into two parts based on the similarity principle, whether all the pixels are, I am grouping the pixels which are having the same property, that may be anything, that may be same intensity or it may be same color. So based on that one, if I am grouping, then that is called similarity of principle, which is also called as region approach. And based on the discontinuity, like one pixel is different from other pixel, then based on the difference between these pixels, if I want to segment the images, then I will use this discontinuity principle, which is also called as boundary approach. So we have seen this some of the this one, and what are the different types of segmentation algorithms, and we have discussed about one of the different types of this one, that is based on the discontinuities. Now I am in the topic of this day, based on this detection of discontinuities. Based on these discontinuities, how I can segment the image. So this is actually the entire chapter 3 contains introduction to this image segmentation and classification of image segmentation algorithms. These are two types of segmentations, that is one based on the similarity approach and based on the discontinuities. So now I am discussing about this detection of this discontinuities. There are three types of discontinuities are there. One is your isolated points. So these are the, whenever I am whenever I have that image, within the image I can have some isolated points, so that this is also detecting these points also comes under this segmentation. And I can also detect some lines within the image. I can detect some lines. Some lines may be having pixel intensity which is different from other lines. So that is called line discontinuities. And we have one more discontinuities, that is edge discontinuities. So we have seen all these things. That is, in case of this point isolated point detection, then I have to use this edge filter. So I have to use this kind of filter. This is also called as mask or filter. So I will apply this particular filter on the image which I want to detect the points. So first we have this image. On this image I will apply this mask. Once I apply this mask, then I will calculate, like each image will have some gray intensity values. I will multiply this Z1 with -1 and Z2 with -1, Z3 with, like this I will multiply, and I will sum it up, so that I will get some one value. And I will check this value with the threshold value. If it is greater than that threshold value, then I can say the point is detected, otherwise the point is not detected. So this is one of the, this we have seen. So this is an example for detecting this isolated point. This is one image is there. For this image I just want to detect this isolated points, because the entire image is having some intensity values, but this point is having some other intensity values. So first I will apply this particular mask or filter on this particular image. Once you apply this filter and I will apply this threshold value, then I will get this kind of thing. Not this one only, I apply for on the image I will apply this particular mask, so that I will get this kind. And it clearly didn't show that point, so that I will apply that to the threshold. If that particular response value is greater than that particular threshold value, then I can say it is 1, otherwise it is 0. So because of this concept, because after finding out that response formula is just I will apply this filter on the image. Once you apply this filter, and I will check if it is greater than the threshold value, then I can say I can give the value as 1, otherwise I will give the value as 0. So based on this one, I will, once after applying this threshold, some points may be zeros and some points may be ones. So wherever we are having this isolated point, there I will get 1. That's why it is clearly visible. So in the image I just want to detect this isolated points, then I will go for this isolated point filter, which is this one, in which I can write like this: in the center pixel, which should be 8, it may be positive 8, then I will give all the negative values to this one. Otherwise, if the center pixel is -8, then I can give all ones. So this is the filter that I can use for detecting these isolated points. And we discussed about this line detection. So in case of this line detection, so in the image we can have this type of discontinuities where I can find out the lines. So in case of this line detection, I have to use 4 types of masks. One is the horizontal lines, or vertical lines, or it may be 45 degrees, this slanted lines. In case of diagonal lines, this is in the positive and this is in the negative direction. So here we have 4 types of masks. So in case of point detection, we have only one mask, but in case of line detection, as we can detect these 4 types of lines, we have 4 different masks. So whenever I apply these 4 types of masks to the image, then I will get 4 different values. Like whenever I apply the horizontal, then I will do this multiplication operation on the image by using this filter, so that I will get one thing. That is, if I take this horizontal as 0 degrees, then I can call it as R0, and this vertical I can call it as R1, and this is R2, and this is R3. So I can get 4 values. If one value is greater than the remaining all the values, then I can say that is a horizontal line. Horizontal line is present in the image. If the second value is greater than the remaining all the images, then I can say vertical line is present in the image. And if the R2 value is greater than, then I can say that these kind of diagonal values are there in the image, like this. So the same concept I applied to this image, and this is an example for this one. So in which this is the image. For this image, I apply this horizontal. This is horizontal, then it will detect most of the horizontal lines. And if I apply this vertical filter, then it is not vertical. This is 45 degrees. So it is try to it is try to more clearly. These type of lines will be visible if I apply this one. And if I apply this 90 degrees, that is nothing but vertical. This is your vertical, so that it will highlight more of the vertical lines. And in case of this one, this is your 135 degrees, or I can call it as -45 degrees, so that it will try to highlight these kind of these kind of lines. So these are all previous topics. So now in the today's class, I will discuss about this edge detection, one of the important concept in the image segmentation, where isolated points and thin lines do not occur frequently in most of the practical applications. So most of the applications, we will try to find out these edges only. So in case of image segmentation, we are mostly inserted in detecting the boundary between these two regions. I just want to find out the boundary between these two regions, how those regions will be separated. That can be based on that concept only. We are using this edge detections. So we assume that the regions in our question are sufficiently homogeneous, so that the transition between these two regions can be determined on the basis of gray level discontinuities. Mostly we will use this gray intensity values. Based on those intensity values only, I will try to find out this edge detections. So what is the definition for edge? Or is nothing but edge in an image is may be defined as a discontinuity or abrupt change in the gray level. So we have like one particular image is there. In that image, I just want to find out another image. Then I can easily differentiate this is having some pixel intensity, and this is having some other pixel intensity. So wherever the changes is happened, then I can say that is the edge. So edge is nothing but it is a sudden change within the image. So based on those changes only, I can say that edge is present in that particular image. So in case of this edge detection, so we have set of connected pixels that lie on the boundary between two regions. We have if you have within the image, if you have there is a boundary between these two regions, that can be differentiated by using this edge. So whatever the pixels that are present in the edge, those are called edge points. So edges nothing but it is an outline of the object. Like whenever I am saying about one drawing a particular ball, then I can easily differentiate like this is in round shape, and I can say like this. So it can be easily differentiated by using these edges. I can, based on these edges, I can easily say that it is a ball. And if I want to find out whether car is present, then I can easily say that this is your car. Based on these edges only, I can easily say that this is your car. So in the physical plane, edge corresponds to the discontinuities in the depth, or it may be surface orientation, or change in the material properties, or light variations. So these are so what is this one? Edge is nothing but whatever the sharp changes within the intensity function, and edges and pixels where brightness changes abruptly. So we will define this with the example. So just edges are nothing but these are the pixels where brightness changes abruptly or intensity values changes abruptly, and edge can be extracted from the image by using two important we will find out these two important properties. One is what is the magnitude of the derivative. So derivative is nothing but, if you see in the maths in the intermediate level, we will find out derivative is nothing but there is a change in the value, that is nothing but derivative. So in the same manner for image we will apply where those pixel intensity values are changed. So based on the magnitude of the derivative, I can say whether it is strength, what is the strength of that particular edge, and we will find out the direction of the derivative vector, which is used to find out the edge direction, edge orientation. So whether that edge is in this direction or in this direction, that can be find out by using the direction of the derivative and magnitude of the derivative. So we will see with examples. So here, if I say, if I take this one, edges are nothing but where a sudden or significant changes in the intensity values, or whatever the pixel intensity values, if there are sudden changes, then I can say edge is existing within the image. These changes happen between the boundaries of the object in an image. Like if you say, if you take this one, if you see, if you take this mug, up to this one, it is like all are something white and gray level pixels are there, but suddenly pixel is changed to black color. So there is a sudden change within this one. So that sudden change, I can say call it, I can call it as a edge. So these are edges. Like if you take here also, if you take this mug also, this is having some value, and after this one here some change, sudden change is there. So which is used to indicate this edges. So whenever there is a sudden change within the pixel intensities, then I can say edge will be present in the image. It may be normal intensity values, or it may be color also. Like if you take this example, edges intensity or color changes. Here color is changed. Up to this one some color is there. After this one some other color, red color is there. In the image also, up to this green color is there, and after this one some blue color is there. So here I can say, here up to this some color is there, and after this one white color is there. So that I can easily differentiate like this is the image edges. So if you see this image, here edges are detected, one can find out the exact layout or boundary of the object. The edges are detected based on the significant change in the intensity between the objects in the image. If I say, if I take this entire image, this is the image which is where the sudden changes happen within the intensity, so that I can easily say that this is one image, and this is your front image, and this is your background image, so that I can easily differentiate the particular, I can extract this particular object from the image. That is called image segmentation. So it makes the mug has different intensity from the gray background, and it has the key idea for that has to identify edges. So what is the key idea for identifying edges is, we will find out those changes where the intensity is suddenly changed. So within this image, if we have many objects, edges are the easiest way to identify all of them. So mostly we will use within the object identification, also we will use these edges, which are easily used to extract different types of objects. And and these are why do we detect edges? So one can understand the shape of the objects in the image only when edges are detected. So just now I have seen, whenever I say one ball, then I can easily identify using edges. Whenever I say about the car, I can easily identify through the edges only. So it is the easiest way to identify or use it to detect any object, to detect the shape of the object. So that's why we will use most of the medical applications or any other remote sensing applications, we will use these edges. So ideally, to understand an object and its shape, it becomes inevitable for someone to detect the edges. So there are many technical issues and challenges mapped to the segmentation, registration, and object identification. So in case of this object identification process or segmentation of process, we will use edges. Edges are proved that these are the efficient way to segment the image or to detect, to identify the object. So most of the applications we will use this edge detection. So edge detection is the process of identifying and locating sharp discontinuities in the image, or wherever the changes that are there in the intensity values, those are there, we will find out the edges. So edge detection is the fundamental tool in the areas of feature detection and feature extraction. If you take this image, like this entire image is converted into edges. So what is the advantage of this one is, when we apply this edge detection algorithm to an image, it may significantly reduce the amount of data that is required to be processed. Because if you want to store this entire image, then I have to store all these colors and all these pixel values, which will take more value. But whenever it is very easy to preserve, which will take very less space, when we are using these edges. So that's why most of the applications, medical applications, will take high resolution images. So it is very difficult to find out all the abnormalities within the particular medical images, or it is better to store that image in the edges form. So this is your edge detection. So what are the most commonly encountered edges within the images? So most commonly, whenever we are discussing about this edge detection, so mostly we will get these four types of edges. One is your step edge, and next one is your ramp edge, and next one is spike edge, and next one is roof edge. So these are the four types of edges that are commonly occurred within the images. So this is nothing but an abrupt change in the intensity. Like if you have this kind of image, up to this one we have this black color, and after this one suddenly it is changed to white color. So there is a sudden change. Like up to, if I indicate this black with 0 color, then I will mention like this, and if I indicate this white with the 250 value, that is nothing but a maximum color. If I mention it is like if I give the value as 1 like that, in if I want to represent in the signal format, then this is 0 and suddenly it is changed. That is, those type of edges are called step edge. Suddenly there is a abrupt change in the intensity values from 0 to suddenly it is changed to 255 value. That is nothing but these kind of edges are called step edge. And ramp edge is nothing but it is not suddenly changed to white, it is gradually changed to white. That is called ramp edge. Like from this 0 to is some gray levels values will be there. Like it may be any value, like some 30, 40, something gray level values are there. After that one, it is suddenly changing to 255. It is not suddenly, it is gradually changing, and it is changing to this type. These type of slow and gradual change in the intensity, those kind of edges are called ramp edges. And spike edge is nothing but suddenly it is nothing but it is suddenly changing, and after at some point again it is coming back. That those kind of edges are called spike edges. So quick change are immediately returned to the original intensity level. And roof edge is nothing but it is coming from this one ramp edge. This spike edge is coming from this step edge, where suddenly changing and it is continuous, means that is step edge, but suddenly changing and again it is coming back to the position is nothing but spike edge. But ramp edge is nothing, from ramp edge we are getting this roof edge, where it is not sudden, it is gradually increase, gradually and gradually up to reaching this white point, again it is gradually reaching to the black point. This is called roof edge. This is your roof edge, where suddenly from black it is gradually changing to some point, and up to one point it is changed to white color, and again from white it is gradually changing and it is reaching to the black color. So these type of edges are called roof edge. So most commonly, whenever you are taking any image, first that color image will be converted into gray level image, and within the gray level image we have only intensity values from 0 to 255. So within that image we will try to find out these type of edges. So in the real time so these are the four types of edges. Like step edges, which is nothing but image intensity abruptly changes from one value to other value, then that is called step edge. Ramp edge, it is not suddenly, it is gradually changing, then that is called ramp edge. And from this step edge we are getting this spike edge, where suddenly abruptly changes the value and returns to the starting value, that is called spike or ridge edge. And roof edge is nothing but it is coming from ramp edge, where it is gradually increasing and gradually decreasing. These are the four types of edges. Like if you consider this real time image, like this is a brain CT scan image, then here if you find out this one, this is like from black color suddenly changed to white color. So if you observe over here, so from this black color it is suddenly changing to white color. So this is called this is called step sudden. So that is nothing but step edge. So this is your step edge. And if you consider this example, it is not it is not sudden, it is from black, it is changing to some, gradually it is changing to some gray level, and after that one it is changing to white color. So this is called this is what type of edge? That is your ramp edge. So yeah, that is your ramp edge. So this is your ramp edge. This is your ramp edge. And if you are considering this example, from this black color it is changing to, gradually changing to it is not gradually, it is suddenly changing to white color, and after some point again it is changing to black color. So that is nothing but this type of edge, that is called spike edge. So suddenly changing to white color and again it is returning to black color. So this is called spike edge. So these type of edges we will try to find out the images in the real time images. And we are going to the next topic. Ma'am, is there any doubts, ma'am, till now? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Right. So and we are going to the next topic, that is what are the stages within the edge detection. So whenever I want to find out the edges, then what are the different stages I have to go through finding out this edge detection. First we will start, and after that one we will give some input image. Once we give the input image, then we will apply this filtering. So this filtering it may be optional or it may be compulsory, that may be explicitly or implicitly. Like filtering is nothing but removing the noise process that we have discussed in the second chapter. Already Ujjwala madam discussed about that one. So filtering, we will apply different filters to reduce the noise from the image. Once we reduce that noise from the images, then we will try to find apply this differentiation operator, where we will find out those differentiation is nothing but change in the values. So that is nothing but we will try to find out the changes in the intensity values. For differentiation, we will apply different types of operators, like what is the change in the x direction. That is mostly in the intermediate level you have seen about this differentiation. Like if you want to find out the change in the x direction, then I will use this dou f by dou x. The f is nothing but your image. If you reply that if you have that f image, in that image I will try to find out the intensity changes values. So that I will find out in the x direction, and that I will find out in the y direction. Once you find out those intensity values, that is called differentiation operation. Then I will apply this localization operation, where I just want to find out the exact location of the edges. And once those edges are found out, I will display that particular edge image. So these are the stages within the edge detection process. So in which we are having this differentiation, we are more concentration on the differentiation operation in the edge detection. So in case of this edge detection, we will try to find out this changes in those pixel intensity values. For changes of those pixel intensity values, we will try to find out the derivative in the x direction and the derivative in the y direction. Once the derivative are found out, then we will try to find out this magnitude of the magnitude of that particular edge. What is the magnitude of edge? We will use this formula like square root of gx square plus gy square, which is almost similar to this mod gx plus mod gy. So this magnitude of the derivative is used to find out the strength of the edge, how much strength that edge is there. And what is the direction of the edge can be find out by using this direction of the gradient. Formula is tan inverse gy by gx. Once you find out this direction, then I can say edge is in this direction, or plus 45 degrees or minus 45 degrees or anything. Those direction, like up to this one, this direction, and again this direction, and this direction, like these directions if I want to find out, then I will use this direction of the gradient. And if I want to find out the strength of the edge, that whether that edge is very what is the contrast or what is the strength of that edge, can be find out by using the magnitude value. So this is about this edge detection process. So what are the important steps within the edge detection process is, like we are inputting this image, and after inputting the image, first most important steps within the edge detection process, first we will do this smoothing, that is image smoothing. Once that is done, we will find out the edge points detection. Once those edge points detection is nothing but by using the differentiation only, we will detect those points. Once those points are detected, then we will use this edge localization process, which is used to find out the exact edges. So whenever we are sending this input, we are giving this input as image, then we will get this edge detected output. So these are the three important steps. We will discuss this in detail. So the first one is image smoothing. It is all about removal of the noise from the image. So whenever there is some noise is there within the image, so it may be blur or some pixels, maybe whenever I am taking that particular picture, some noise may be present, or whenever I am taking those medical images, those may some noise may be present in those images. First I will try to remove that noise. For removing this noise, I have to use some smoothing process, where we will apply some different types of filters like Gaussian filters or image smoothing filters that you have in the second chapter. And in addition to this removal of suppression of the noise should be done in such a way that the quality of the image should not be altered. So always this image smoothing process should be done in such a way that it should not remove the quality, or it should not remove the edges from the image. So this is called making the image noise free. One can refer to this one. If you take this image, then after doing this image smoothing operation, all those noise will be removed, and it is that image will be in smooth. And next, second one is edge point detection. For detecting these edge points, we have to use that differentiation operation. So edges are nothing but it is detected through identifying the sudden changes within the intensity values. For if I want to find out the sudden intensity values, like after this one, if up to this one red color is there, and here some other color is there, so I can say directly here some edge is there, and up to this one black color is there, some other color is there, so that I can say directly here edge is present. and here white is there and here some other color there. So I can say, so these sudden changes within the images intensity values, those can be find out by using edge points. So wherever that sudden changes occurred within the within that particular image intensity values, there we will find out these edge points. So we will try to find out these edge points by using that differentiation operation. So by applying those differentiation operation, after applying that differentiation operations, we will try to find out the magnitude of the edge and the direction of the edge. Once after this entire thing is done, then I can get these type of edges. But these edges also not these, after getting these edge points also, these are not, there is no connectivity between this from this one to this one, and there is no connectivity from this point to this point. So for getting the actual edges, we will apply the third process, that is your edge localization. So the final step in the sequence of this one is called edge localization. Sometimes the processes like here edge localization, we will use this thinning and linking. We will discuss in the coming classes, like linking one edge to be linked to another edge. So this is called edge linking process or edge thinning process, which is used to find out the correct edges within the image. So this process is called edge localization. So these are the three important steps within the image edge within the edge detection process. That is, we are giving the input image. First we will apply filtering. This filtering may be done explicitly or implicitly within the image image itself. It will be done, or explicitly I can apply some filter so that it will do that image filtering. Once that filtering is done, we will do this differentiation, which is used to, what is the main purpose of this differentiation is used to find out the edge points. Once those edge points is find out, then I will do localization, where I will just find out the exact location of the edges by using this edge thinning process and edge linking process. Once those edges are found, I will display that particular edge output. So this is your edge output. So this is all about this edge detection process. There we will have this different steps we will follow. And what are the different types of edge detection algorithms? So this edge detection algorithms are based on four important categories, four important different types of categories. We will divide into these edge detection and algorithms into both based on the four types. So in each type we will apply some filters. In case of this derivative types, we will apply only differentiation. We will use this differentiation technique for the edge detection. We will take the image, and after that image will be converted into gray level image. Once that image is converted into gray level, we will form the matrix. Within the matrix, we will try to find out wherever the changes that are there in the intensity values. Based on those changes is nothing but differentiation. That differentiation will be applied, differentiation technique will be applied to the image, so that is called derivative types. Based on the derivative types, we have different types of operators are there, like Prewitt operator and Sobel operator and Robert operator. This is called derivative types. And template matching is nothing but, this is another way to detect the edges. Like we use templates that resembles the target shapes and match with the image. Like wherever I want to find out the car, always I will have a template like this one. So based on this template, I can easily find out the any other. I will apply that particular image, and based on this template matching, I will try to find out edges. And we have one more thing called Gaussian derivatives, which is nothing but I will apply the Gaussian filter first. After that one, I will apply the derivatives. These type of based on that one, we will try to find out the edge detection. So most commonly in the real time and medical applications, we will use this Gaussian type of derivatives. We have different types of Gaussian types of operators, like LOG, Laplacian of Gaussian, and HOG, histograms of Gaussian. We have different types of this one, that is your Gaussian of derivatives we will apply to detect the edges. And we have one more approach called pattern fit approach. So these are the four types of approaches which are used to detect the edges. And there are ideal situations that do not frequently occur in practice. Almost in 2 dimensions, edges may occur at any direction. So in the we will in the real time cases, these edges may be in the any direction. So edges may not be represented by perfect discontinuities. Therefore the task of edge detection is much more difficult than what it looks like. So we are saying like that based on the discontinuities within the image, I can easily find out the edges. But in the real time cases, that may not be correct, because if the image is containing noise, that noise may also be recognized as a edge. So those type of challenges we have to see in the wherever we are applying this particular technique. So this edge, what is the meaning of this one is, edge detection process is not that much easy. So wherever depending upon the particular application, we will try to apply particular operator or particular mask suit to detect that particular detection. So we will use mathematical tool for developing edge detectors is the first and second derivative operators. So mostly we will most commonly used mathematical tool for detecting those edges is nothing but edge points. So the main purpose of this detecting, one of the important concept within the edge detection process is detecting those edge points. So for detecting those edge points, we will try to apply this first order and second order derivative operators. So first order derivative operators are, we have different types of operators like Sobel operator and Prewitt operator and Robert operator. And in case of second derivative operators, we will try to apply second derivative for the image. After applying the first derivative, I will try to apply second derivative for the particular image, so that I will get those type of operators called Laplacian operators. We will see in detail. So this is, if you have this image, so within the image, I will try to, this is like from black color, it is suddenly changing to white color. At this particular junction, it is changed to white color, and it is some up to this point, it is in white color only. From white color, it is changing to black color. So mostly I will use 0 for the black and 255 or 1 I can take for the white. So it is in this one, and this is from white, it is changing to black color, and here. So I have to find out wherever this intensity is changed. So that is called edge. So here I can say this is your edge and this is your edge. So if you want to find out those edges, first I will apply the first derivative. First derivative is nothing but where the changes happened, that will be find out. So here wherever the change is applied from 0 to 1, there is a change. 0 to 255, I can call it as if it is 255, 0 to 255, there is a sudden change in the intensity values. From 0, I am getting to 255. So here some sudden changes there. So that's why by using this first derivative, I can find out this is there is a sudden change from 0 to 255. This is indicated by using the first derivative. And in case of this one also, from 255 to, it is suddenly changing to 0. So this is also find out by using this one. So by using this first derivative, I will try to find out the edge points. So this is, I can say here some edges may be present. And after applying the first derivative also, if I am not finding out the first derivative in a most commonly we will, within the first derivative itself, we will try to find out the edges. If at all not possible, then we will try to apply the second derivative. In case of second derivative, we will try to, again I will apply some 0 to 255, again changed, and again 255 to 0. So there is nothing but this is indicated by using this one. Here in the second derivative, we will try to find out the zero crossings. So this is called zero crossing. From this one, it is crossing. This is called zero crossing. In case of this second derivative, we will try to find out this zero crossing where edges may be present. So in case of first derivative, where these changes happen, there this is called maximum and minimum. This is called maximum and this is minimum. So in case of this first derivative, we will try to find out this maximum minimum points. Where we can assume that these maximum and minimum points at that place, we will find out we will locate those edge points. But in case of second derivative, where this zero crossing happened, from suddenly it is rising and it is suddenly to 0, and from 0 to back again back. So this is called zero crossing points. Here in the second derivative, in this zero crossing points, we will try to find out the edges. So from the above example, we can easily clear that the magnitude of the first derivative can be used to detect the presence of edge in the image. So first we will try to find out the first derivative of the image. If the first derivative, and based on the first derivative, so we will find out in both direction, like dou f by dou x, it is nothing but x direction, and dou f by dou y, this is in the y direction. Once you find out this derivative, we will try to find out the magnitude. How to find out this magnitude? Square root of dou f by dou x square plus dou f by dou y square. So after finding out this square root, we will get this magnitude. Based on this magnitude, I will compare with threshold value. If it is greater than that particular threshold value, I can say it is a edge point. So that is one way to, based on the first derivative, I can detect the edges. And if you want to find out the sign of the second derivative, can be used to determine whether the edge pixel lies within the dark or light side of the edge. So whether it is existing at the dark side, that edge is present at the dark side, or whether that the edge is present in the light side of the image. If you want to find out, then I will use this second derivative. In case of second derivative, we will try to find out these zero crossings. In case of first derivative, we will try to find out this magnitude values. So this is your mathematical like differentiation operator. We have this image f of x comma y, that is nothing but every image will be using this x comma values, like intensity values will be there. every image will have some intensity values between 0 to 255. It is a gray level image. So these x comma y is nothing but 0 0 and 0 1 0 2 like this up to what is the size of the image, like 300 comma 300. This based on that one we will have these values. This after this one we will try to find out the changes in the x direction within the intensity values and changes in the y direction within the intensity values. Later we will try to find out this magnitude value by using this formula, that is square root of dou f. This is in case of this image will be in the xy. If I am taking only 1D image, then I have only one point f of x only, but if it is 2D image, then I will try to take both the x direction and y direction. So I will try to find out the square root. Once you find out the square root with dou f square, then that is your magnitude. This magnitude of this gradient is used to indicate the what is the strength of the edge point. What is the strength of the edge point, and the direction of the gradient is used to find out the direction of the edge. So these two are called first order derivatives. So whatever the operators that I am using, because first in case of first order derivatives, I will apply only one derivative. Only if I apply only one derivative, that is called first order derivatives. If I apply two derivatives, then that is called second order derivatives. So in case of second order derivative, then I will apply dou square f by dou x square. That is another way to find out the edges. That is most commonly we will use. That is Laplace. We will see in detail in the coming classes. So these are the different types of edge detection techniques, like we based on the derivative type and based on the Gaussian type. So we are not considering all the remaining, that is the template matching, and another is your surface, that is your what is this one? Yeah, this is your template matching and pattern fit approach. These two I am not considering because these are only two important concepts that are there in our syllabus also, that is derivative types and Gaussian derivatives. The first one is based on the derivative types, derivation based. These edge detection techniques are divided into two types. That is first order derivative. I want to find out the first order derivation, that is dou f by dou x and dou f by dou y. And second order derivative, that is nothing but dou square f by dou x square and dou square f by dou y square. So in case of this first order derivative, these operators which are also called as gradient operators. In case of this first order, these are called gradient operators. So what are the different types of gradient operators is Roberts operator, Prewitt operator, and Sobel operator. All these operators are which are also called as mask or filter. Sobel mask, Sobel filter, or Prewitt mask, Prewitt filter, and Roberts filter or Robert mask. And second order derivative, I will apply dou square f by dou x square and dou square f by dou y square. This operator is called Laplacian operator. In case of this one, derivation based, we will apply only derivation. But one more way is called Gaussian based, where we will use first filtering is applied to the image. After applying those filter, again we will apply try to apply this Gaussian operator. That is called Laplacian of. There are two types of operators. That is Laplacian of Gaussian, that is LOG, and gradient of Gaussian, that is GOG. So these are the this Laplacian of Gaussian is by Mark Hildreth. These are the two scientists. They detected this Laplacian of Gaussian, and one more gradient of Gaussian is used by Canny edge detector. Most of the applications are using this Canny edge detector, which is very best whenever we want to detect edges. This is the best operator which is used to detect the edges. That is called gradient of Gaussian operator, which is also called as Canny edge operator. That's all, madam. Thank you.